Minister of Agriculture Robert Persad says there is need for greater solidarity to achieve agricultural transformation and food security in the Caribbean. He made this statement while addressing the University of the West Indies Congress on Sustainable Agri-Food Systems in the Tropics in Trinidad. Here's more.
We are meeting at an important moment in history. We are confronted with convergence of global crises which threaten our very existence. Yet, amidst these daunting challenges, there is a rising signs of hope that we are at an important junction in the process of globalization, which demands new form of global solidarity.
Minister of Agriculture Robert Persad. He believes that the cause for the food crisis is still being debated because of the lack of agri-investments worldwide. The minister also believes that all must learn from past mistakes and ensure that the right policy decisions are taken now in order to prevent further crisis.
For me, the main cause of the crisis has been one of policy failure and the lack of focus on investing in agriculture across the world. Most of the underlying fundamentals such as population growth, coupled with rising incomes and changes towards higher protein diets, climatic changes, high and volatile oil prices, and increased financial market activity in agricultural commodities were felt even before the crisis emerged. It was just a matter of time until the less than optimal harvest sent prices skyrocketing.
Minister Persad further emphasized that it is necessary to develop non-traditional crops and establish value-added exports if increased employment is to be established in rural areas. He highlighted Guyana's accomplishment in this regard and urged the gathering to keep on striving in the face of failure.
In Guyana, we have identified 4 crops, what we call the 4 Ps. That we want to see as part of our diversified agricultural sector of the future. They are plantains, pepper, pineapples, and pumpkins. These are in addition to the emphasis on aquaculture and livestock rearing. We are working on expanding production and processing and developing them into viable agricultural industries. Yet, we cannot give up, not as a region, not as nations. It is not a choice. It is an imperative that we must improve our agriculture and increase our food security.
The Congress was held in celebration of the 16th anniversary of the University of the West Indies. Ernestine Jagnarayan reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news.
We do apologize for the quality of that footage. Government says it is concerned that Guyanese may not necessarily be benefiting from decreases in prices for a number of commodities on the world market. This is according to Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon, who says Cabinet has issued a call for strict monitoring of businesses and actions against those who fail to reduce their prices for certain commodities. Edward Lane reports.
At his weekly post-cabinet media briefing, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon said, as the economic crisis deepens, commodity prices on the world market are down, but local consumers are not reaping the benefits. He noted that the administration is deeply concerned about this.
Cabinet was briefed on the current situation, and there were some cause for alarm. Consumers were not predictably nor consistently benefited from these price increases.
Dr. Luncheon noted that the prices for bread, chicken, fuel and transportation continue to attract the attention of government.
Cabinet called for strict monitoring by the relevant bodies and even is willing to consider the name and shame approach.
Currently, the price for chicken is increasing, while despite a reduction in the price for flour, bread prices remain constant. On the question of some minibus operators still charging fares that reflect an increase, the Cabinet Secretary says while associations may have agreed on reducing the fares, some operators are still bent on ripping off consumers.
Bus fares, I hesitate to pronounce authoritatively But drawing from Cabinet's rather forceful position on Tuesday, I doubt the minister could have, without making this evident at the Cabinet meeting, agreed to increases or the continuation of the increases in the minibus fare.
Some routes are still reflecting an increase in the bus fare, while routes along the east coast are not catered for, and operators are using the opportunity to make demands on commuters. Edward Lane, the 6 o'clock news.